Hiral carefully, very carefully, slid the rope of braided crystal into place, channeling his mold crystal ability. Like his senses were extending outside of his fingers, he felt the edges slip into the space he had just prepared, then fused the ends right where he needed them. Still holding his breath, he eased himself back until he was sitting on the floor, looking up at the crystal roots beneath the final Fallen's tower. All 10 towers were now complete, and it had only taken... how long did it take? With each tower, he'd gotten faster and faster, more sure of his ability and what he needed to do, but it had still all blurred together. Hours, at least. More likely dozens of hours, and that was even after he had taken a break to meet Cena. When they'd gotten that quest. Blowing out his breath in an exaggerated sigh, Hiral opened the blue window so he could read the quest text for the 100th time. Dynamic quest. That's asking a lot. Though you've saved Fallen Reach, the enemy is still out there with free entry into your world. Will you let that stand? Black gates closed, 0 of 3. World saved, 0 of 1. The whole party had gotten the quest, as had others at B rank and above on the islands. The aforementioned black gates had to be those doorways the enemy was using to cross worlds, and apparently there were 3. Or at least 3 the PIMP believed needed to be closed. Whatever, Hiral grumbled, dismissing the window again. They'd have to talk about it sooner or later, probably sooner, now that he'd finished repairing the fallen towers, but he was hoping for a small break before that. Was that really too much to ask? A small flash at the corner of his party interface said it might be, and Cena's voice reached his ears a second later. Hey. Hey yourself, he replied, reaching over to grab his canteen. Miss me already? Already? You've been holed up so long, even little Earl was pestering me about whether you were okay or not. He was just worried he wouldn't have my body to turn me into his undead apprentice, Hiral said flatly, and Cena didn't immediately respond.